Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank the people that do take the time to find these stories and send me emails to make sure that I'm aware of the things that are going on. These two individuals right here, I want y'all to understand that from what I understand, those pictures that y'all just saw, that's their mug shot. I don't know if that's like a new trendy thing to do, to be smiling in your mug shot, but y'all also need to understand that these two individuals are being held responsible for the death of a child, okay? Actually, for the death of this child, of that man's son. We're going to talk about this. Let me see if I can get a picture of that little boy on the screen. Beautiful little boy. Look at that. Big, huge smile. That 4-year-old boy's name is Moses Anthony Lopez. Moses Anthony Lopez, 4 years old. 4 years old. He is now deceased, and he died at the hands of his mother and stepfather, and they are currently in jail, and they are both being accused of murder. So y'all want to strap in and listen to this. The couple, let me see if I can get their faces back up on the screen. The one on the left is Camila Pizarro-Vergara. Pizarro or Bizarro, whatever. Camila Pizarro-Vergara is 24 years old. On the right-hand side, her boyfriend, Oscar Alonso Munoz, is 25 years old. And that's Mama's boyfriend. And they were arrested on the 1900 block of Birchwood Lane on Saturday evening and taken into San Joaquin County Jail, where they were both booked on charges of murder and causing great bodily injury to a child under the age of 8. Again, that boy was 4 years old. And I want to say thank you to the dad. I don't know if the dad is going to be out there listening, but I want to thank him and thank any other family members that put up pictures of this little boy, because he seemed to be a very bright kid. Just happy, smiling, and this thing is going to scroll and you guys will be able to see some more of his pictures. See if I have a couple more in here. Hopefully I do. So maybe some of these pictures aren't going to show up, but let's move on. Both of them are being held with no bail. 0 bail. I say that the judge got it correct on that. No bail, and they'll appear on court again Tuesday in Stockton, California. And if some of you people are wondering, where is Stockton, California, and why that name sounds so familiar, well, yes. We have actually done stories out of Stockton, California, like the Billy Simone Williams case, and we are not going to forget about that case until we get justice against the stepmother who we believe was responsible for murdering that baby out there in Stockton, California. Matter of fact, the neighborhood kind of looked a little bit similar to that. But let's move on. The arrest came 5 days after the boy was rushed to Sutter Tracy Community Hospital. Police got a call from Gateway Crossing Apartments on the 3800 block of West Grant Line Road on the morning of November the 16th. 13 days ago. Tracy Police dispatch log from November the 16th notes that someone from that address had called 911 at 8:18 a.m. The initial call went to the California Highway Patrol, and a crew from South County Fire Authority also responded before the boy was rushed by ambulance to the hospital. The dispatch log does not give any indication of the boy's condition. No arrests were made at the time, but Tracy Police did take a report and began the investigation. Tracy Police statement released Saturday says that only that the child died following life-saving efforts. Tracy Police have not released further details of the incident. The boy's biological father, which y'all will see that float across here in a moment, his name was Felipe Lopez of San Jose, said he had not seen his son. Again, his name is Moses Anthony Lopez. That's the 4-year-old boy. Had not seen him since June, when he threw a party for Moses' 4th birthday. That's something else that we talk about a lot on this channel, about how mothers like this, and it does not apply to all mothers, but most smart people understand hashtag not all. But a lot of mothers like her that believe in being vindictive just because they feel like they have the authority to do something messed up, what they'll do is they'll make it to where the biological father can't spend time with his kid, can't see his kid. And thank you very much. You said that's why you started watching my podcast. Well, thank you very much. I'm truly honored. Thank you for that. They will go out of their way to make sure that the biological father cannot see their kid. But this boyfriend that you're not even married to, that doesn't share any type of DNA tie, any type of biological tie to that baby, he gets to have unmolested, unfettered access to this kid that does not belong to him. Why does he get to be around this kid all day, all night, as much as he wants to, babysit the kid? But the dad who created the kid, who if the dad hadn't given his seed to that mom, she would have never been able to produce this kid and to be able to get all of the benefits off of this kid that she misused and abused that kid for. Huh? If we don't give our seed to unrighteous soil, then those unrighteous people will not be able to produce these kids. I know a lot of people get mad about what I say, but don't get mad about what I say. Don't get mad at my opinion. Don't get mad about the facts, because I'm going to tell you guys this. For the people that tell me I don't have my facts right and DJ Just Jay don't knows what he's talking about, I'm going to put this on the screen. I'm going to put it in your face. Y'all bear with me a moment. Let me put some facts on the screen if y'all don't mind. I want y'all to look at this. This is from the Tracy Police Department. This is what they actually said. These are the people that they actually arrested. The things that I reported so far are the things that they're going to use against them in the court of law. They're presenting those things as facts. So if there's a detail that maybe I got wrong while people want to nitpick, let's just look at it like this. Hashtag can't handle the truth. Thank you. For the people that are so quick to tell me that I got my information wrong, understand, at the end of the day, there is a child that is dead. That you cannot dispute. Sorry for yelling. I get a little worked up, a little frustrated. That's a beautiful little boy, and that boy did not deserve to have his life taken at the behest of the mom and the boyfriend. Let's move on. Lopez says he had not been in contact with his son as the mother had blocked his phone number and blocked him on social media. And I want y'all to look at that father. That man looks like he's happy with his kid. Look like he's a happy father. So what? Things didn't work out with him and the mom. He still could be a good dad, and she prevented him an opportunity from being a father to his kid and prevented him from being able to protect his kid, all while this mother put her kid around a dangerous man who helped cause the death of her kid. He then heard from her last Monday when Moses was in the hospital. Go figure. Lopez drove out to Tracy, but still did not get to see his son who died that day. I don't know why he didn't get to see his son. That's messed up. Lopez says he talked to the police at the time, but because he did not have contact with his son or the boy's mother, he couldn't tell the police much. What happened was completely under her care. I don't know how it happened or why it happened. She says she took him in because he had stomach pains. What he means, took him to the hospital. I don't know what could have happened. Lopez added that he talked to police again on Monday, but he still doesn't know any details of what happened to his son or how. Lopez said he met with the mother again on Friday in San Jose. As they discussed funeral arrangements, she also told him that she believed she and Munoz would be arrested and that they were in the process of hiring a lawyer. On Saturday, a relative called Lopez, the father, to confirm that the couple had been arrested and charged with murder. Up until then, I couldn't believe they had anything to do with it, said the dad, adding that even now that the couple has been arrested, he will withhold judgment while police continue their investigation. And I'm going to tell you, that father is a young man. Just listen at his mentality. I'm going to tell y'all, I got to give him kudos and I got to give him a big thumbs up to that father. He said he's going to withhold judgment on the mom and the boyfriend until it comes out in the courts. You got to respect that. You got to respect that father. And that's a real father. And that's a real shame. The fact that when he talks like that and he still withheld judgment, she withheld his son from him. I believe he has every right to be upset about that. He said, I don't believe she will put him in harm's way. The investigation is ongoing and they're going to get to the bottom of it. I can't be the one to say why or know why. As a father, I would never hurt my child. I can't believe anyone would want to do something like that. It's ultimately up to the law, and I put it in God's hands. Everything that happens next happens because it needs to. I just want justice for him. The truth needs to come out. And that's why fathers are so important. That is spoken really like a very, very mature man, and he looks like a young father. His soul is speaking right there, and that is a very, very wise man, wise beyond his young years. So salute to that father if he's out there listening. For now, he's focused on funeral arrangements for his son. He has a GoFundMe site set up to raise money for funeral expenses, but in this case, I'm going to tell y'all, I understand, even though we should all have life insurance on our kids, but she prevented him from having access to his kid, so I'm not so sure that he would have been able to get life insurance on his kid regardless. But nonetheless, they do have a GoFundMe set up. It's also where he describes Moses' laughter, his smile and charisma, and his love for music and dancing. What keeps my head up now is my son. I know more now than ever he's watching over me. He wants me to stay strong now more than ever, and that's a beautiful message. But that's the fundraiser right there. It looks like they're going to reach their goal because he only started it on November the 19th, 10 days ago. So if you guys want to look up that GoFundMe, you guys can find that pretty easily under Moses Anthony Lopez Fundraiser. Let me give you guys the fair usage and let me let you hear the news videos. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. All right, here we go. First video.
He was such an amazing person. His laugh, his smile, just the joy he brought to your life, the joy he brought to everyone's life.
A joy Felipe Lopez will have to learn to live without after his 4-year-old son, Moses Lopez, died Monday, a suspected victim of a homicide.
I loved him so much.
Investigators say they were called to an apartment complex on West Grantline Road in Tracy Monday morning, where the boy lived with his mother and stepfather, who had custody. The caller said Moses had stopped breathing. First responders rushed him to the hospital by ambulance, where he later died. Lopez says the child's mother, Camila Pizarro-Vergara, and her husband, Oscar Munoz, told him they didn't know why their son stopped breathing. It wasn't until Saturday night that Lopez learned the pair were arrested, suspects in the boy's death.
I never in my life thought or believed that his own mother would put him in harm. Because as a father, I would never in my life do anything to my kids.
Police have not released exactly how the boy died, only that evidence collected in the course of the investigation led them to file charges against the guardians for homicide and inflicting great bodily injury on a child. Investigators arrived at this home on Birchwood Lane Saturday evening to arrest these suspects. who were staying there with a family member.
We could hear them calling out to the house to get the people that they had warrants for out of the house.
Neighbor Jason Evans watched SWAT officers negotiate for roughly 2 hours, capturing this video when the pair finally surrendered with their hands up.
They have warrants for both of their arrests.
While the suspects are now in jail, Lopez has little closure. He's fighting to figure out how and why this happened.
And I just want justice for my son. I just want to get him what he deserves. He did not deserve to die in this manner. These people need to be held accountable for it.
New tonight, police in Tracy arrested a couple for the death of a 4-year-old. Police were called to an apartment Monday on West Grantline Road. The child's mother, Camila Pizarro-Vergara, and stepfather, Oscar Munoz, were arrested for homicide and other charges. They were booked into the San Joaquin County Jail.
Let me go ahead and give you guys my closing thoughts about this. Like I've already told you guys, what an amazing thing. And like I said, y'all can look at that father's face. He is a young guy, and I'm just going to assume that the father is probably in his 20s. It's very rare that you're going to find not only that father, but a human being that's going to have that level of emotional maturity in the midst of his son being murdered at the hands of potentially the mom and her boyfriend. Just on the surface, when I hear that don't sit well with my soul at all. And I'm going to tell you guys, for me, there's no way I would be nearly as calm as him, nearly as open-minded as him. But like I said, I know I have a little bit of an attitude problem, but I got to salute this father, Felipe Lopez. Brother, if you're out there listening, you definitely have our support, man. Like I said, this is a real, real tragedy. But like I said, I can at least respect the fact that this father, spoke with nothing but love. And you just don't hear that enough. And yes, that is a real father. But let me say this, when we're talking about a real father, it sucks the fact that we have such a suck-ass mother and a suck-ass boyfriend. Because of the fact that you have things like she blocked the biological father on social media, blocked his phone number, that alone is worth him being mad at her forever. Because I've even told my own family this. If the man that you laid down with is trying to be there for his kid in any shape, form, or fashion, and I've even told some of my friends this, you don't close the door on that man. Not now, not ever. And that's why we need to be a hell of a lot more cautious when we procreate, who we lay down with. Let me say this to the men, and hopefully men won't get mad at me for saying this. Men have to be a hell of a lot more responsible with our seeds, because if we don't just recklessly give out our seed, these irresponsible women would not be able to procreate and have these kids and only get the benefits that they can collect from these kids. So it starts with the men. Can we get that in the chat? Hashtag starts with the man. Because it does. It starts with us. And I know my real men, my real brothers out there understand that. Women come secondary to that. But there's also a great responsibility that comes with being what we call women queens. They need to be upheld and uplifted. Where real women, real mothers understand that you have to also show and prove a high level of responsibility, a high level of care, and a high level of nurturing if you're going to receive the seed of a man and procreate. If you're going to have a kid, then you need to make sure that you do what's best by that kid. And it seemed like because that father loved his kid so much and he didn't love the mom and didn't want to be with the mom's crazy ass anymore, she cut him off from being able to see his kid. And that's not right. No woman should ever prevent a man, unless that man is a danger to the kids. Don't ever prevent that man from being able to be with his kid, see his kid, take his kid out, and just be a father. It's not right to sit there and dictate what a father can and can't do with his kid that he helped create. We got to start instilling fairness in our society. Hopefully everybody understands where I'm coming from. That creates accountability on both sides. I'm not a one-sided person. I'm not on the men's side. I'm not on the women's side. I'm on the side of fairness. That's where I'm asking for the AFC and everybody else who's listening to the sound of my voice. That's where I want y'all to meet me at. Right in the middle, on the side of fairness. Right, wrong, good, bad, black, white. We need to be on one side or the other. We should not be lukewarm. If y'all believe in the Bible, then y'all know that the Bible says that you should not be lukewarm. Ooh-wee. I hope we get justice for this baby, and I hope that they throw these two fools who I believe just let alone, I think the mother should be jailed on the fact that she blocked the man on social media and blocked her phone number. I think that should be an offense that you should be arrested for. You should not be able to just cut a man off that created this kid that wants to spend time with his kid. Screw the courts. I hate it when people talk about, well, he needs to go fight for custody. No, he shouldn't have to. That man shouldn't have to go hire somebody to go beg for your rights. Hello? That is your God-given inherent right to be with your kid. If you lay down with that woman, then the only person you should have to talk to see your kid should be that woman. And I'm just speaking from my heart right now. The only person you should have to consult with is that woman, that mother. It should be y'all two talking. That's it. Why can't y'all work it out? You were mature enough to have sex, lay down, and bring this kid into this world that can't speak for himself, nor can he defend himself. Then I think y'all two should be able to work it out. And I think that's where we got to start getting back to that in America, by the way. We got to stop letting DHS get involved, DCFS getting involved, the government getting involved, the courts getting involved. It's got to be us. Biological mother, biological father, fix it at the foundation. Because if you don't have a foundation, then what happens to your house that's not built on a solid foundation? So I'm going to rest my case just right there. Let me go ahead and give my send-off to that beautiful baby boy. And I'm going to say another salute to his father. Let me see if I can get that baby's picture up on the screen. This right here is one of my favorite pictures of this little boy. Let me put some respect on his name. Moses Anthony Lopez. He was 4 years old. And again, a huge shout out to his father right there. Y'all make sure, look him up and support that father. And I want to wish to his son, Moses Anthony Lopez, R.I.P. Young Prince, R.I.P. I'm DJ Just Jay with the AFC, where we're going to advocate for our babies first, and we are not going to stop. We want to keep this thing going, and we want to continue to keep building a platform for our babies, because this is not a me thing, it's a we thing. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, by the way.